Hey guys, what's up? I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel. So today I am finally going to be introducing myself. I guess you can say I'm going to be doing a get to know me of 50 very intriguing questions. I know that like I talk a lot about my life on my channel and stuff, but I've never actually done like an introduction to myself. So yeah, I just wanted to do something different today as I usually do. I have my coffee ready with me. I have my fan on. Today is actually the first day where the weather just feels how would I say it, tolerable, I guess you could say. Like there's a cool breeze, it's not 1,000 degrees outside. I'm actually wearing 3/4 sleeve. It's still a dress, but it's getting longer. All right, well, I'll get started now. It is 50 questions, so it might be a little bit of a long video, but like I promise they're not like what's your favorite color type of questions. They're actually pretty intriguing. All right, so question number 1 is, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Aside from here in California, I would love to live in New York. Just because I went to New York a few years back and I love cities. I'm a city girl. Like any city that I go to, I'm fascinated by it, by the skyline, by the buildings. Just I'm a city person, so I would definitely go live in New York. If not, probably somewhere way different, like in another country or something. What is your biggest fear? So my biggest fear, I mean, aside from like the dreadful thought of dying someday, I'm actually really afraid of just like running out of time, I guess you could say. And I feel like that's a fear that's among a lot of younger people nowadays, or like millennials like me. Like there's a lot of pressure that you have to do what you have to do and you're running out of time, even though a lot of us are still relatively young. Like I am, like I feel like I'm getting old because I'm about to be 27, but then when I look at it, I'm like, okay, 27 is still a good age to still be kind of like figuring stuff out. So I don't know, I guess just like running out of time, and also like working at something really hard and it not like working out, like with my career, I studied to be in radio and I have yet to do anything involving radio. So it's yeah, that was my biggest fear, and it actually happens to be coming true. But the good thing is that I have a lot of backup plans, so I'm good. Okay, what makes you really angry? A lot of things actually. I have a very like low tolerance of things that just irk me, but a lot of things is just how people treat the planet and nature. I hate when people pollute. I hate rude people, or like people that just like don't respect things in nature, just little things like that. Like that just, it irks me a lot. So yeah, I mean everything makes me angry, to be honest. What motivates you to work hard? The same thing as my fear, like feeling like I'm running out of time. The fact that I'm getting older and not younger, that's what like kind of keeps me going. It kind of sucks because it's like a stress that you shouldn't have. You should kind of just like do your own thing, but at the same time it's kind of like well, time's not stopping for anyone. So I guess that motivates me more to just like work hard and stuff, wanting to be a better person too. What is your favorite thing about your career? So like I said, my career choice is radio, although I do have another career path that I want to take. But as for now, since radio is like my current career, I guess just the fact that I'm in like media, and pretty much everything that I like a lot is involved in radio, or like kind of like the cousin of radio. Like I love fashion, I love music, I love sports, like a lot of the things that have to do with media and journalism and all that I love. And it's pretty cool that with radio you kind of get to like explore all of those things. What is your biggest complaint about your job? Right now that I'm not working, that it's shut down, that we don't know when it's gonna open, yeah, that's essentially my biggest complaint, if I have any. I mean, I love my job, but I want to go back. My proudest accomplishment is actually graduating college. I got an associate's degree, but honestly to me that's big already because my parents didn't graduate college. My sister was the first in our family to graduate, and then it was me. So I think just like graduating and being able to get my diplomas and have my mom see me walk across that stage, like that's awesome. And I'm still aiming for my master's someday. I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but as much of a hurry as I'm in, I'm not in a hurry to get my master's, which I will get one day. Okay, so what makes me laugh the most? I guess I would say nothing. I'm bitter. No, I'm kidding. No, a lot of things make me laugh. I don't know, jokes. My boyfriend makes me laugh a lot. He's a silly man, but he's cool. My dog, she makes me laugh. Dogs are freaking hilarious. I don't know. My niece. I don't know, just people. Life itself makes me laugh. Life is funny. Last movie you went to, what did you think? So the last movie I went to was actually with my boyfriend. We went to see that doll Brahms movie, and it was terrible. I hate scary movies. I'm not a scary movie type of person, but that wasn't even scary. That was just like flat out stupid. Like, it was dumb. Even though I was like this the majority of the time, it was still dumb. What did you want to be when you were smaller? I actually always dreamed of being a dolphin trainer, but I actually never learned how to swim. So that dream did not work out, and hence why I'm now in radio. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be? Oh, I feel like I had an answer to this and I totally forgot. But I guess I would just like go around doing a lot of good deeds. I mean, which is something that I could already do, which I should be doing, but you know, I feel like it would involve more than what I could do right now. Like, I wish I had money to just go drop a bunch of money to like people that need it, you know, like homeless people, like women in shelters and stuff. Like, I wish I could just go up to everybody and be like, here's $1,000, here's this, here's that, you know, here's this. And I mean, I don't, but I mean, my goal is to start buying somebody a meal every time I go out. Just any person that might need it, or even if they don't need it and they end up throwing it in the trash when I walk away, you know what, I did my good deed. But that's definitely a goal of mine, is to buy a meal for whoever it is that I just feel like buying a meal for that day, because you never know, you know, a lot of people are hungry and, you know, they might not even show it. So there's that. Funny. So if you could have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would have to be something Mexican. I love Mexican food, so it would have to be like either a plate of cheese enchiladas, or maybe some sopes, or like some gorditas, or some quesadillas fritas that my mom makes. Like, oh god, anything that's Mexican that does not have meat in it, I would definitely eat every day for the rest of my life. I don't care. Do I have any nicknames? I do. I mean, people just call me like the basic, like Shay. Some people call me Shady. That's like my name that I use for everything, like my handles and stuff. But that's just because I play with like my first name and my last name, because my last name starts with a D. So I just go like Shady. Even though like I'm not a shady person, I promise. I always try to tell people that like I'm not shady. It's just funny, you know, like it's a fun name. But yeah, so there's Shay Shady. I used to be called Shay Shady. I don't know. My dad calls me like a really weird nickname, which I don't like saying. I'm not embarrassed of this nickname, but I feel like it's just something that like I've always cherished with my dad, and only like him and my mom would ever call me that. And I don't ever tell that nickname to anybody. I told it to my boyfriend for the first time the other day, and he was like, what? Like, it's a weird nickname, but I love it. It's just like something between me and my dad. Would I rather win the lottery or work a perfect job? I would definitely rather work a perfect job, because as corny as it sounds, I feel like doing something that you love, and you know, even it doesn't pay a lot, I feel like it's a lot more rewarding than having a bunch of money and just been like, oh, I'm rich, but you know, I'm just spending money to kind of like cover all this unhappiness. So if I could have my dream job, which is to work with animals and, you know, just take care of them and hug them and be with them and kiss them and love them until their final day, like, that would be more fulfilling to me than having millions of dollars. So yeah. If money was no object, what would you do all day? Like I said, I would either go around like doing a bunch of good deeds that meant like, you know, being able to afford taking care of a lot of people, or I would shop all day, or just go to a bunch of different restaurants and just eat and try different foods all day. Like, if that didn't cost anything, I would definitely be doing those things. How would your friends describe you? They've always described me as like really nice, very like I'm always there for people, and I think they say that I'm funny, but I'm not sure. I think my friends think I'm funny, but for the most part, I'm the one that's like very, just like really kind and always checks up on people and always like worries about everyone, even if they don't worry about me. You know, I'm there for you. Doesn't matter what you did to me or how you treated me, I will be there for you. I have no boundaries. What are your hobbies? So, I mean, right now, ugh, I don't really have hobbies. Like, my hobbies have always involved working out. Like, I was always athletic, or I love going to the gym and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, right now, I guess YouTube is a hobby. I guess you would consider it. And I don't know, nothing. Two pet peeves. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I hate when people disrespect nature or animals, or like pollute, throw things, and I hate when people leave their blinkers on too long when they're driving. I know a lot of the times people hate people that don't use blinkers, but I actually hate when people leave them on, because I feel like leaving your blinker on is a lot more dangerous than not using it. Because people that don't use their blinkers, they're just gonna cut you off, like bam, that's it, you know. And it's like, if you're keeping your space, you should be good. But people that leave their blinkers on, you're kind of like, okay, are you gonna merge, are you not? Like, they're stalling, they're holding back traffic, because everybody's like, okay, wait, are they gonna merge, you know? And oh, I hate that. I'm like, turn off your damn blinker, like, Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. So that's definitely really big pet peeve of mine. How many pairs of shoes do I own? I've lost count, but I think I'm well over 100 pairs of shoes right now, which, Jesus Christ. If I could have any superhero powers, what would it be? I used to want to be able to like have invisibility. I've never wanted to fly. I don't know why people are obsessed with flying. Like, ugh, flying sounds dumb. No offense. No, but I would definitely want to have some type of like Jedi powers, like the Force and all that. Ugh, I don't know. Guys, I had never seen Star Wars until this year, and I am obsessed. Like, I loved it. I'm gonna start rewatching the movies really soon because, oh my god. But yeah, I would definitely have like Jedi-like powers. What would I do if I won the lottery? Definitely I would give a bunch of money to my mom and my family. I would put her up in a really nice house, get her a couple cars, tell her, Mom, go take a vacation for like a whole year and don't worry about working. I would do that to like my immediate family, and then I would donate just a shit ton of money to shelters, to animal shelters, to homeless shelters, to like children, and you know, hospitals, like cancer hospitals. Just, yeah, I would just, honestly, I would give a lot of my money away. But wait, first, aside from like setting up my family, I would buy property. I would buy a lot of property and invest, and in that way, like, if my lottery money ever runs out, I can always have that, you know, investment of property. That's what I would do. My favorite zoo animal? None, because I don't like zoos, and animals do not belong in zoos. Like, I get it, some of them are sanctuaries, some of them help heal or help, you know, endangered species keep procreating, but bitch, nobody wants to be in a fucking cage all day. Alright, so if I could have a meal with 4 individuals, dead or alive, who would it be? Okay, so I would definitely have to have Beyonce there, because I need her work tactics and her ethic and all that. Oh my god, I don't know. I would have King Tut, the Egyptian king. This sounds really bad, and like, I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but I would like to have a dictator at my lunch, just because I want to see like their mind, you know. Like, I would want to see how their mind functions and why they do the things they do, you know. I mean, a lot of people just point it as like, oh, they're sociopaths, they're psychopaths, but it's kind of like, well, like, I don't know, how is your mind different from mine, you know? And what separates me, a normal person, from a sociopath, you know? Like, I don't know. It's, I mean, I don't know if that's like a terrible way to think, but I feel like people sometimes, when they get asked this question, they want to play it safe and be like, oh, I would have dinner with Jesus and, you know, this person and that person. But it's like, no, bro, like, you gotta get into people's minds and really see what they think about it. The 3 people, I don't know, maybe a family member, one of my grandparents that, you know, unfortunately has passed away and I haven't seen in a long time. I would definitely bring them back for one last meal. How many pillows do I sleep with? 1 or 2. I rotate between like a really fluffy one and like a really flat one, depending on like how my neck is feeling throughout the night. Tallest building I've ever been on, the Empire State Building. I went to the top when I went to New York, and it was amazing, and you get to see all of New York City, and it's just awesome. I know there's taller buildings in the world, but that's the tallest one I've been to. Okay, so would I trade looks for intelligence or intelligence for looks? Well, my looks are already here, so I would trade my looks for intelligence. There's nothing wrong with being smart. I actually love learning. I love being educated, and I would definitely want to learn a lot more, but not too much, because then once you know too much, it makes you really paranoid. But definitely I will trade looks for intelligence. How often do I buy clothes? Too often, too dangerously often. I bought clothes yesterday, so I buy clothes maybe like once a week, and yeah, I have a problem. Favorite holiday? Anything that's in like the fall slash wintry. I love Halloween. I don't like Thanksgiving actually. I don't care about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a fraud. I feel like people should stop celebrating that, but whatever, that's just me. I like Christmas, and I love my birthday. My birthday is a holiday. So, but definitely I think Halloween. Most daring thing I've ever done. This is actually, I thought about this because I was like, have I ever done anything daring? But this is actually a really fun story that I hope it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But like, my sister is a really big Logic fan, the rapper, and a few years back he was doing a meet and greet at Amoeba Records in Hollywood. And the thing was that like, to get in there you had to first line up, and there was like reservations and stuff, and then you had to buy his album so that he can sign that album, because he was doing like a meet and greet with the signing, right? So we were lined up for a while, and you know, they kept getting people in. They let all the people that had reservations in first, and then they were like, okay, now we have the backup line, you know, like whatever. So we're like moving up. We're literally like right at the front, and right when we were getting closer, they were like, okay, we only have this many spots left. And by the time we were up to like almost the front, I think they only had about 10 spots left, but there were way more people, you know, in front of us. So eventually we get to the door, and some lady comes out, and she's like, okay guys, that's it, no more, like we're done, we're out of spots, thank you for coming, blah blah blah. And like, she leaves the line and she starts going to the back to repeat it to other people, and the doors were open. So I tell my sister, I was like, Fania, I was like, get in there. She was like, no, she was scared. I was like, dude, if you don't do this, you're gonna regret it, because I've gone to meet and greets and like not been able to get in, and it's really sad, it's really heartbreaking. So I was like, dude, we're in the door, just like go. And like, my sister wasn't listening. I fucking shoved her ass in there. I went in there, and like, nobody noticed. We just went to the counter and we're like, hi, like we would like to buy 2 albums. And they're like, okay, for sure. And we both bought his album, and we got it signed. I have mine somewhere in my room, but I'm not that big of a Logic fan. I don't really care for him, but I did that for my sister. And yeah, I mean, she was like, oh my god, dude, like thank you. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's like, I guess the most daring thing I could do, because we literally could have gotten like caught and kicked out, and that would have been really embarrassing. But I was like, bro, if you don't get in there, you're gonna regret this for the rest of your life. So I just like shoved her in there. And I don't know, he was pretty cool. Like, he told me that I have really pretty hair, so I was like, okay, cool, I like you. So yeah, that's the most daring thing I've done. Favorite type of foreign food? It's not foreign to me because I'm Mexican, but Mexican is my favorite type of food. Vietnamese comes very close because I love pho. I love banh mi's. When I used to eat meat, I used to eat more Vietnamese food. Unfortunately, I can't anymore, but like pho is top notch. One of my favorite foods ever. My favorite movie. Favorite movie is Almost Famous. It's about music, like rock music back in like the 70s and 80s, and how like the rock era was ending. It's a really cool movie. If you guys haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it. Do I collect anything? Shoes, clothes. Yeah, that's what I collect. Am I an introvert or an extrovert? I'm definitely an introvert, but I'm like that introvert that you have to like peel my banana peel, my layers, and then I will open up to you. But if you just meet me right off the bat, I will not talk to you. I will probably smile at you, but I'll be like that smile. And a lot of people take that as like I'm being a bitch, but I'm not. Like, I get really bad anxiety, especially with people I don't know. And if I pick up on your vibe and you're not like, you know, somebody that I vibe with, then I'm most likely not gonna like talk to you or anything. I'm kind of just like, I just wait for people to talk to me. Which of the five senses would you say is the strongest? Definitely my sense of smell. Although a lot of the time I'm struggling with my allergies, and for the most part I can't smell throughout the day. When I'm not having like my allergy freaking whatever they're called attacks, my sense of smell is like ridiculous. Like I can smell when something is starting to go bad in the fridge, when some like the trash starts smelling funny. I like wake up and I'm like, it smells nasty. Like I can't stand bad smells. I have candles all over my room. I have air fresheners all over the house. Like the house smells good because of me, because I'm in charge of that. Because if anything smells out of the ordinary, I'm like, oh no, like I have to clean and I have to spray a bunch of shit all over the house because I just cannot handle bad smells. Like no. So definitely my sense of smell is like, ugh. Am I related or distantly related to anyone famous? I actually am. My father, although right now he's not as famous as he used to be. He actually used to be in a Mexican group called Los Freddy's. They play like Mexican romantic music, and he was their lead guitarist and backup vocalist, and they were actually really big in like the 70s and 80s. That's when they were like their biggest, that they actually got nominated for a Grammy the same year that Selena got nominated for her Grammy. So, you know, little fact here and there. But yeah, my dad was their main guitarist, and he was pretty famous. Like right now he's still respected in that like, you know, genre of music. Like if musicians hear my dad's name, they're like, oh my god, yeah, they know who he is. But other than that, if he's walking down the street, nobody's gonna recognize him unless they were like creepy stalker fans back in the day. But yeah, my dad does not look anything like he used to look back in the day, but he's still very respected. So yeah, it's my dad. What do I do to keep fit? Currently almost nothing. I do yoga every once in a while, and I walk my dog as much as I can. But the gyms are closed and I have no motivation to work out at home, so nothing. Family motto, or does my family have a motto? Yeah, my mom has always just told us, if you're gonna do something, do it right and complete, or don't do it at all. So she told us that she would support us on anything we ever wanted to be. She would fully support us as long as we did it right and all the way. She's like, I don't want you guys half-assing things. I don't want you guys, you know, giving up on things. So yeah, that's our family motto. If I had a warning label, what would it say? I guess that I'm too honest. I'm that type of friend that's gonna tell you things the way you might not want to hear them, but the way that you need to hear them. If you ask me for advice, for opinions, I will tell you exactly how it is. And I know that a lot of the times people see that as being rude, being mean, being like, you know, that we have to be a little more sensitive. And I'm a Sagittarius, and that's like one of Sagittarius's things. They say that we're toxic because of that, but honestly it's like, nah. Like if you ask me advice on something and you want the truth, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And I feel like that should be my warning label, because I've hurt a lot of people's feelings, and I apologize, but I mean, sorry. What song would you say sums you up best? I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. It's been my favorite song since I ever heard it, and honestly it's like, yeah, like as great as life is sometimes, I'm always like, okay, but I'm still not okay, which is really depressing, and I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, I don't know, I'm never okay. On the scale from 1 to 10, how funny am I? I don't know, a 10. I think I'm a really witty, like I'm the witty type of funny. Like I will say some really witty shit that most likely will piss you off, but I think it's funny. I don't know. What was my first job? I worked at FedEx, at a FedEx warehouse. I would scan boxes and stuff, and it was actually a really fun job. Really fun. I worked with my mom, so that was very interesting. The most intelligent person I know, that's actually gonna be my brother. He is smart, like scary smart, and it's really sad because I feel like he just doesn't know how smart he is and the potential that he has. But definitely my brother. If I like was as smart as him, I would have already taken over the world, to be honest. Were you named after anyone? I actually was. I was named after a singer's daughter, and she's also a singer. If you guys have ever heard of Rocío Dúrcal, I was named after her daughter, Shayla. And a lot of people call me Sheila because my name is spelled like Sheila, but it's because my parents, you know, they just flat out named me Shayla. And in Spanish, the way that my name is spelled is the way you read it, and right here it's Sheila. So yeah, my name is confusing, but I was named after Sheila Durgal. When was the last time I cried? Yesterday, because I was watching Desperate Housewives and it got very emotional and I sobbed for the longest time ever, and yeah, that was it. First thing I notice about people, it's either their smile or their shoes. That's my two things. I read a person by, you know, their smile and the way that their like facial works, and also by their shoes. If your shoes are dirty, I'm kind of low-key judging you. Sorry. Furthest I've been from home, I think it's New York, I want to say. It's, yeah, I don't know about distance in miles, but it's either gonna be New York or Guadalajara, which I'm pretty sure New York is further from California than Guadalajara is, because New York takes about 7-8 hours and Guadalajara only takes like 2.5, so I might be right, I'm not sure. What kitchen appliance do I use on a daily basis? The refrigerator, because food is great. And last but not least, if I ruled my own country, what would be the first rule that I would make? We can't eat animals. We can't use animals for any sort of entertainment. Animals will be left alone. And if you disagree with this, then you can get the fuck out. But I was like, no, but yeah, definitely we respect all animals and all of nature. And if you're caught doing wrong to any of those things, it's gonna be tough for you. But yeah, that's it. 30 minutes of getting to know me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you're still here, I really appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit slightly better. And yeah, I mean, tell me about yourself, answer some questions, I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and always comment down below on what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.